It's a couple of days ago that I've seen in forums a Sinn 103 STC on offer. When this watch was released about 1.5 years ago, I've seen it, I like the design, but it didn't put a trigger for me because I am not a big fan of acrylic glasses, plexi. I really do like sapphire because I actually can't stand scratches on the glass of a watch. However, I do like the design, and well, as I saw the offer, I looked at my watch budget, and since the watch is limited to 100 pieces, I pulled the trigger, I bought it, and it's a really great watch, and I'm looking forward to see how I can live with the plexiglass. Hello and welcome to WatchMaxy's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show. If not yet done, now would be a perfect time to subscribe to my channel. At the lower right corner or at the end of the video at the upper right corner, hit the button and don't miss any of my future videos. But now let's move directly to the 103 STC. This watch was released about 1.5 years ago by Sinn in cooperation with the newspaper Chronos, which presents chronographs and watches, and it's a corporation, and the C stands for Chronos, oh surprise, surprise, and it's limited to 100 pieces. So if you don't have it and you want it, you have to pay a little bit more, wait a little bit longer, and you probably don't get a new watch. I suppose I've gotten the last nearly unworn watch of that kind, and I'm so happy. It's a great and gorgeous watch. I like the reverse Panda Bi-Compax. It's similar to the Guinan 361, which I've in detail presented over here, but it's different in detail. So let's have a look at the Sinn 103 STC as I see it, and I want to show you what I really do like and why this watch is now mine, and I think it's a keeper for me. Here it is, the Sinn 103 STC. It looks pretty well on the wrist. I've mounted the vintage leather strap, and I think it's going to be on the wrist for quite a while because I like it very much. The Sinn 103 STC has a pretty clean dial and easy to read time with the reverse Panda Bi-Compax dial with the matte black face and the silver plated counters. The watch has a domed acrylic glass, which if you move the watch to a certain angle, creates crazy numbers and figures on the dial, and that's typical for domed acrylic glasses. The watch comes with a polished stainless steel case with a 40 mm in diameter, a 20 mm lug width. From the rounded back and the domed crystal edge to edge, we have a case thickness of 15.5 mm and a weight without strap of 74 grams. Despite the acrylic glass, the watch has a water resistance of 200 meters, which I personally do like very much. The bezel, according to the historic watch this one is referring to, is a bi-directional bezel with no clicks. It just remains in position by the friction, and it allows a very, very accurate setting of the bezel. The watch has a protected screw-down crown and unprotected pushers. As you can see here, it's limited to 100 pieces, and I've gotten number 23 out of 100. it's just a lucky chance that the number 23 is exactly the same as my UX Zanzibar, which is 23 out of 500. So I really do like it very much. It's a plain, unexcited case back, stainless steel, screwed down perfectly and well done. As you can see, there is no date on the face, which I do like on that particular watch. In general, I prefer a date on the watch for my daily use, but in this particular case, it is a clean face, and the date from my anticipation would disturb the cleanness of the face. Let me allow to put a macro lens on. So here we have the watch. It's a real beauty, as you can see. And the counters have very fine silver rings and made in Germany, as you can expect from a German watch. And again, the back, well done, nicely made. And comparing this to the Guinan 361, which has been released around the same time, the 103 for me is the cleaner, simpler watch. You could say a more classic watch, while the 361 is a more modern version with a slightly confusing scale ring on the watch. This one has the historic acrylic glass. The Guinan has the sapphire, which is fit for purpose in the everyday. Here you always have the risk of getting scratches. I don't know how easily this watch can be scratched, because it's the first acrylic watch I'm going to wear in a daily use. I'll keep you updated, but for me the look of the watch is absolutely great and I do love it. The Sinn vintage leather strap is a real thick one, a little bit stiff, but for me it perfectly fits to the watch and really makes the watch look great, and it's exactly how I would have assembled the watch if it would have been my responsibility.